so honored and proud to have Major Jones on the line with me tonight. Major, how are you?
Great. How are you? I'm kind of nervous.
I know. This is exciting. There's well over 1,000 people on the line with us tonight, listening in and joining us, and they're coming to this call, Major, to hear from you, to hear your story, to hear this interview, and to hear these stories about how you have succeeded in your business through the salon industry. And for those that are listening, for those that do not know your story and do not know who you are, let's give them a little background. You got started in the salon industry. You got introduced to It Works Global and the Ultimate Body Applicator through your hair salon. So you owned 2 hair salons. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So a little bit about your background, how you got started with It Works, how you were introduced to the company, and I know that you're also a mom. So you have 3 children, right? Yeah. So how did you get introduced to It Works?
Okay, was a salon owner. I owned 2 salons in a little bitty town in Missouri. A longtime friend of mine called me up one day and said, I have a great product. I think that you would, do well with it. It is a wrap that firms, tones, tightens the skin, reduces cellulite, reduces stretch marks. It's nutrients for the skin, and I think that you would really like it. I was not. I didn't want to sell it. There's always salespeople calling, your salon and always wanting you to sell something. They think their product's the best, and I told her no. She was persistent. She gave me a couple weeks and called me again, and I finally just told her that if she thought her product was so great, to come and wrap me. And I thought that probably would do it because she lives 4 hours away, and I thought she'll never come here. And about a week later, she walked in my door with a wrap in her hand, and she said, "I'm here to wrap you." And I thought, oh, my Lord. And, I felt bad because, she drove all that way, and so I let her wrap me.
Well, what was that experience like for you, being wrapped for the first time as a salon owner?
I was very intrigued by it because it wasn't your traditional wrap where you spend an hour at the salon and you strip naked and they put you in a room and mummy you up. And most of those wraps, we did all sorts of body wraps. Most of those were, water weight that you use. They would wrap you in the heat blankets and you would lose water weight, and it was a result that, lasted until you basically drank water. So I was really intrigued by it because she just took me in my office and she told me that she would like to wrap my tummy. I stood there. I lifted up my shirt. She placed the applicator on my stomach, and I was, I wasn't a very good prospect because I was sort of perturbed that she was there. But I'm telling you, when she placed the product on my skin, I could not help but ask her questions. And so I started saying, how does it work and what does it do? And she said, let's let the product speak for itself. You will see results. I can tell you a ton of things, that's going to happen to you and what your skin's going to look like, but you won't believe me until you try it. So we waited. She wrapped me. It seriously took like 3 minutes. And she started talking to me about the product and how it could benefit my salon. What was so amazing was, instead of standing in my office, I went out into the salon and we were kind of talking out there, and she actually kind of lifted my shirt up a little bit to get the attention of all of my clients and all of the girls that worked for me. And the second she did that, the entire place, their eyeballs were right on my stomach. Then the chatter started, and they all started asking me what I was doing and what, and so since I had no idea, I said, I don't know. I said, this is some crazy wrap she's trying to get me to buy, and it's supposed to firm up my stomach. And everyone starts talking about, oh my gosh, I just had a baby, and that would be great. And as an owner of a salon, I thought, if this does anything to my skin, I could sell it to everyone that walks in the door, you know?
Yeah.
Don't drop it.
So for you, from that experience, you know, Major, from that experience, first time ever being wrapped in your own hair salon, you know, hanging out with your friend who's wrapped you and introduced you to the product, what was the next step for you after that? What happened after that? How did you become involved with It Works Global? What happened with the sign-on experience?
I actually signed on before I took the wrap off because I believed her. I trusted her. I had heard a few things about it, you know, not a whole lot. She pretty much introduced me to the product, but I jumped in. I said, I want to try this, you know, I want to try to sell this. I want to try to give my customers an add-on service, like while they're getting their hair done or a pedicure, massage, or a facial. I'm an esthetician, and I thought I could wrap everybody that lays on my facial table before they get their facial. And I just saw the potential that it could be. She did tell me that this was a network marketing business, and I was not comfortable with that. I wanted no part of that. I saw the potential of selling this wrap as an add-on service for $25 or $30 and then turning around and retailing it off my shelf. I thought, I am going to get rich, you know, doing this. So that's how it started. So I signed up that day and I bought my kit. I bought the spa pack because I don't do anything, you know, halfway. I had like go all in. So I bought the spa pack because that actually discounts your wraps below wholesale, and the markup is better, and I was going to make more money that way. So I jumped in. She guided me through the enrollment process. It was very simple, and then that's how I started and was doing really well.